Hey y'all, it is Steve with SBL Games. On today's episode, we are going to do a Xbox Series X HDMI port replacement. So I already have the iron up to temp. I got my low melt stick ready. So let's go ahead and dig in. So our best friend, Mr. Flux, is going to be the first one to arrive on scene. Go ahead and get that on there. So we're going to want to soak these, because if you look at this, it will let me, might not let me. If you look at this port, oh, won't let me. But if you look at it, it's all chewed up. It's just all jacked up, so we pretty much need to get it removed, obviously, and replaced. But in order to do that, we got to use low melt. So let's go ahead, and we got the Flux on there. Let's go ahead and get the low melt on. Our goal is to go ahead and pretty much soak these pins the best we can with low melt. Sure to get them nice and soaked. That low melt. Don't worry about all that. We'll get that in just a moment. Nice and soaked. Hopefully you guys could see alright. I'm doing the best I can to give you a good view. It is definitely not the easiest. See if I scoot things around. A little more light in there. Alright, so those are nice and soaked. I pretty much just want to get that solder cleaned up before we move on. So our friend Mr. Flux will need to step in. There we go. That's just a test point that actually belongs there. Alright, so we got those nice and coated. Let's see if I can get it better. You can see they're nice and coated now. There we go. Okay, so those are definitely nice and coated. Let's go ahead and flip over to the other side. Now we're going to need to get these 4 post holes nice and coated. So, of course, our friend Mr. Flux, first one to arrive on the scene. There we go. Putting up a fight. Come on. Take my soda. There we go. So you're gonna make sure that it soaks all the way through. I usually do it for about 10 to 20 seconds per post. I'm going to use more of the heat gun today because I'm guessing it's kind of boring for you guys to sit there and watch an iron sitting in one place. So let me just make sure to get all these nice and coated. And then I'm going to actually skip to the Rework Station here in just a moment. Might need more Flux. Okay. So be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Once we start getting enough activity and enough people are commenting on videos, I could start giving things away. Keychains, t-shirts, you know, just some different SBL Games swag. Get you guys all swaggered up. So be sure to comment. We haven't been getting nearly enough activity as we need and want and should have. We have like, I think 1,300 subscribers, but we're lucky if we get like 2 or 3 comments on a video. So be a little more vocal, y'all, and just drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any ideas as far as what you'd like to see in the next video. And if we can make it happen, we will make it happen. So we're just about ready to go ahead and employ the Rework Station. Also, we do have a giveaway. Be sure to enter that. All you do is send an email to sblgamesinc@gmail.com. Just attach picture proof of whatever you did to promote SBL Games. It doesn't have to be anything that costs money necessarily. It just has to be creative. It could even just be a post on your Instagram or IG or something like that. If you have, especially if you have a lot of followers, you know, and who knows, we may pick you. We'll also offer veteran and senior discounts. So be sure to inquire about those if you are going to be using our services. Get that best price possible. We also have been offering a lot of heavily discounted services on eBay. I don't know what it is, but people don't want to use them. They'd rather pay full price, I guess. But if you guys, that's another thing you guys could do if you don't want to fiddle around with coming up with some kind of way to, you know, promote SBL. Then just go ahead and jump over to eBay. We're on there, I believe, as SBL Games Inc. I believe it's all crunched together. There may be underscores or dashes in between the words, but it's something with SBL Games Inc. You could probably even just do a search and find us that way. Or if you want to send a DM, I could send you a link or something like that. But yeah, for example, we charge $165 for this repair I'm doing right here, right now in front of y'all. On the eBay link listing, whatever it's called, we have it for like, I think 125 or 115 or something like that. We just have it set up to where the buyer pays for shipping. If you are local, then you don't even have to worry about that. We do have where we could just set up an appointment to drop off, then another appointment to pick up, or if you want to pay the 75 extra, we could do same day repair. 50 extra would be next business day repair. So if you need it faster or want it faster, don't want to wait, we could help you with that for sure. But alright, so we got enough on there. So let me see if I can get this angled over without y'all losing focus. Give me one moment, y'all. There we go. So we got a nice solid angle. Try to get some light on there. Okay, it doesn't look too bad. Alright, so it's gonna take quite a bit of heat. I do always like to try to limit my heat application to 30 seconds or less whenever possible. We may need to go over about 5, maybe 10 seconds on this one. There's actually the 19 pins, the 4 posts, and then underneath this, you can't see them, but in between these 2 bottom posts right there, there's actually 4 little tiny pins that go right here, boop, 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 and they connect to the main board as well. So we basically have to apply enough heat to where everything is, all the solder and all the low melt solder and everything is liquidous enough to either let the port fall out preferably, or to where we could kind of wiggle it out, finagle it out, however you want to say. But I'm going to be a little quiet because I need to kind of focus. But here we go. Have to do a few rounds on this one. Yeah, I don't want to hit it with too much heat, so I'm going to back down on that, and we're going to hit it more with the iron. I've seen where some folks like to use heat and the iron. We may even try that out. I've been kind of doing a little experimentation, not anything too much crazy, but just to try to find if there's anything that works a little better for me. So far, the ways I've been doing stuff have been working pretty well. There is a little shortcut on taking this unit apart where you don't actually have to disassemble every little thing and remove all the little screws. I was thinking about maybe making a video about that, but I really need more feedback, y'all. Please speak up, comment, like, subscribe, let me know what do we want to see, what do we want to do, what could we do next, so I could give that to y'all. Alright, so we added more flux and more low melt and stuff. We're going to see if we could work it in a little more since it had time to cool off. Go. Alright, and we are back. That port came off nice and clean, no rip pads, so that's all good. News for everybody, the client included. So now we just pretty much need to clear out these holes, remove all this old solder here, and get all these points here. And there was actually a lot more than 4. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points here that we needed to get loose before we could get that off. Alrighty. Oh yeah, so if anyone is local, we are going to be offering courses. We're going to start pretty simple with the basic soldering and stuff and try to offer really low, affordable price for everyone. That way more people could get involved. And then we are going to just slowly start increasing the difficulty and start providing access to more equipment and tools and stuff. And eventually we'll get into the Rework Station. If you end up becoming a student of mine and purchase a whole course, like we have like packages I came up with, then you will actually get a nice iron, same model I use actually, and the same Rework Station that I use, depending which package you purchase. So be sure to check in or inquire about that. If I don't remember how much information I made available on the website, but if there is any questions, be sure to, shoot us a text or send a DM, something like that, drop a comment. Just reach out to us and we'll let you know. We'll answer your questions you may have, any questions you may have. But alright, so we're going to need a little more low malt because we're going to want to get these worked in nice and well. Those are pretty much good. We coated those nice and good, soaked them in low malt, so those are good. But we basically need to make sure we put enough low malt on these post holes, so that when we come along with the solder sucker, that it will come out nice and smooth. We won't be fighting it and cursing out loud and whatnot. It usually takes about 10 or 20 seconds to really soak it in. Since we did use the Rework Station a bit as well, I'm hoping it won't need that much more. But let's find out. Okay, so that first hole came out good. Alright, that second hole cleared out. This one didn't quite clear out. One doesn't want to clear out. Alright, we got one. Come on. There we go. I need to cut all this off now so I could have fresh wick to get the 19 pins cleared out. Alright, let's go ahead and get these 19 pins cleared out now that we got fresh wick. And let me also address that. There we go. Okay. Let's do this. So this post Just wanted to clean up a little more. There we go. These. There we go. Let's go over one more time. Alright, looks pretty good. So let's go ahead and clean it up. And get some fresh solder on there. Get a port ready. Where'd the port go? I had it over here. Here it is. Just gotta tin this port. Tin these pads. And get this bad boy on here. One moment. Alright, we are back. So I got the port prepped. Got the board itself, the port area on the board cleaned up. Got the fresh solder in there. I'm sorry. We have the fresh flux in there, and now we're gonna go ahead and add the fresh solder. Alright, so let me check it under the scope. If we're good, we could reflow the port into place, and then we will reassemble and test. Alright, we're back. I almost forgot one thing. We need to go in here one more time before we button this up to test it. And of course we still have to, get the port on. But before we get even that far, those 6 points need to be resoldered. These 6 points right here. Alright, so now that we got those 6 points tinned as well, now we could go ahead and get the new port put on. Alright y'all, so we are back. It's going to get a little noisy. I got to run the got to run the Rework Station to reflow this back into place. I do want to also lower our heat and lower our temp so we don't melt stuff. And then I always like to apply just a bit of pressure on there for once it does start to sink into place that it will take really well. A bit of a fight on sinking in. I pre-tinned it on the post too, and that might have goofed something for me. What's going on here? Yeah, we're gonna have to pull away on the heat and come back on this. I might have to heat from underneath. Sorry for the awkward angle, but this, I want you guys to be able to see stuff. Wanted to solidify, and you can check it out. I think it might have ticked that time. Alright, let's check it out. Alright, and we're back. So just got to do the tweezer test, then we're going to fill those posts, and we could reassemble. So we're just about done. So tweezer test, we simply take our tweezers and drag it across these pins. Make sure that they're all making a solid connection. And they're all good. I'm just going to double check under the scope real quick. There we go. Oh yeah, they're very solid. Alright, so now we just got to flip her over and do the posts. Alright, so now we got to use our friend Mr. Flux to get these posts filled. We may need to employ the Rework Station again in order to make sure it's fully filled in those posts. We don't want to leave it just partially on there. Otherwise it won't hold very solid and it can pull out later. So let's get plenty of fresh flux on here. Bada boom. Just gonna turn on my fume extractor so I'm not sucking in all this cruddy fumes. This usually takes about 20 seconds. Okay, I'll have to come back and make that pretty. Just gotta work it in really well. Okay, that one actually came out perfect. I just gotta get this one worked in. Alright, and that one came out perfect. Actually need more solder. There we go. tucked in. I just want to get these a little more pretty, and then we'll flip her over, recheck the, there we go. We just gotta recheck the pins on the back, make sure, I'm sorry, on the other side, make sure they're still solid. Should be good though, it looks pretty good. Pretty damn good. Nice and shiny solder joints, just like we like to see. So let's just check out the other side. They are all cleaned up. Alright folks, so we are all shored up. The pins are solid, the posts are solid, and then I re-prettied up the solder joints, make sure they're all nice, shiny, solid and beautiful, strong. So let's get this bad boy put together and see if she works. Hey guys, so really quickly before reassembly, I just wanted to go ahead and include that shortcut. You could leave all these, you could leave all this stuff all connected. You just got to disconnect this stuff to pull this ribbon cable through. That goes right here. So, hold on, let me zoom out a little more. There we go. So this whole piece doesn't really need to be all the way disassembled. This whole piece will actually pull out in pretty much one whole piece, like you see here. So just thought I'd include that before the testing. All right, and we're back. Hold on. Sorry, it was acting funny. It like turned on and stayed on, but the button light went off. But you could hear it running. I was just making sure everything is okay. But yeah, it is good, as you can see. So another happy SBL Games client. And thanks for dropping in. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. So again, if you guys start commenting enough, I get enough activity, I could start giving away some free swag. So there it is, y'all. Steve with SBL Games, checking out.